But now we can begin with Season 9, Episode 9, Mountain Path. What do they call that, like, for your birthday, where it's like, oh, like, you turned, like, 26, and your birthday's on the 26th, like your golden birthday? Is this, like, a golden painting? Because it's Season 9, Episode 9? I don't know. Log skip and early lackey were decent. At least for early lackey, like, there's that, the NPC push method, so that's good. But for a log skip, I don't know if there's any, like, baby version. If, like, things were to go poorly in a marathon setting. And yeah, MM is definitely very stressful for a marathon setting. I think, like, during Morph's all masks hotfix run that he did, when did he do that? It was like last, like summer, I think it was, he did that. I tried explaining how I think I did it decently enough with still being a little nervous because I wasn't like turbo prepared to commentate. Just, I don't know. Talking is difficult in front of people sometimes, but I attempted to explain how, like, in MM, you can't just, like, save the game like you could in, like, OT or most games, then be like, oops, I failed that, let's just try again from reloading the save. It's like, nope, you'd have to reset the entire cycle back to square one. Unless you're playing on English, I guess. You can make owl saves and then, like, copy the file over. Which, that would be kind of nice, but also, you actually wouldn't really be able to do that in most categories for MM because of Hidden Owl. Because you have to open the owl statue to use the owl save. Unless if you're doing ADR where there's no Hidden Owl. The non-jump version is the baby version. You know, that's kind of true, actually. Even though I think people would consider, like, log skip, even without the LZS jumps, pretty... I don't know, it can be mean sometimes, but I guess that's any trick. I guess it's like the initial hurdle of learning log skip is weird. At least I remember that being a difficult trick to learn back then. Yeah, a VC crash could just happen, but my understanding is that VC crashes are less common for MM, as I've gotten a handful of VC crashes, but not too many. But I think from, like, the little bit that Pope was doing OT when he was doing MST, like last year, I feel like I saw him get, like, a decent amount of VC crashes, like way more frequently than you would get in MM. And I think it was on his very first run of MST, I think he VC crashed. I'm pretty sure, like, in Ganon's castle, I think it was. And I was like, bro. Come on, game. I kind of liked his OT arc. I don't know. There's something like watching OT is just, I don't know, neat. I think I put it up there for me with, like, being more skilled at SM64, but also enjoying watching Sunshine because it's, like, similar enough. And I'm also, like, knowledgeable enough about Sunshine to get it, but I don't know, like, know the ins and outs of Sunshine fully. We could call it, like, the brother-sister games, maybe, even though they're not at all, but brother-sister communities? Oh, hey, Max. How are you today? One day I'll probably run it again. Pausers? Finally, the Monado JCOG Twitch partner extravaganza Sunshine race can finally happen. This summer. Oh my god. Summer of Sunshine? 3? We'll put like just a touch of yellow here. Oh, you meant OOT. Oh. I was talking about OOT first and then Sunshine, but my brain flipped the switch to Sunshine when I read the chat message. Three. You were about to learn MST and then seed duping was discovered, and then it's like, oops, that's kind of big. That's kind of a big deal. I don't know if I would ever like do OOT things again. Maybe. Who knows? AKA of the singular run that I did of no I am wrong warp, aka defeat Ganon nowadays. I think originally like I was thinking about doing more with that game and then I just kind of didn't. But at AGDQ 2019, we were good AF at Hessing in OOT. That was like, I feel like half the week we were, at least Max and I, we were Hessing. But I feel like we were all in that room out here just Hessing in OOT. And that was like the main thing we would do in OOT, was just Hess. It was like Fig work on the practice ROM, then SRAM was found. Maybe Fig should work on the practice ROM some more, then. Right, Max? You know, I think about that video every now and then that I still have of you and Arma doing 2P1C gelato skip at like 4 AM. That's a video that I have on my phone / on my computer, I think. Still. That's a good one. I always say, I think AGDQ 19 was kind of like a goated GDQ. That's like a high tier one for me. Like if I'm making a GDQs I've been to tier list, that's like easy, like minimum like top 3 for me. It's hard to truly say what top 1 is, but that's a really good one. I also still think about you, JCog, at AGDQ 19, getting your N64 input display from that person, and immediately the next day, shit went down. Huge shoutouts to that being a thing. And then it wasn't even soldered correctly. I think someone's working on paper recomp. Oh, it's Fig. Oh, it's Fig. Okay, he's working on it. Gotcha. You know, I think I still have that N64 input display that was, I assume mine was soldered correctly because mine actually functioned without having to do anything extra to it. So that was kind of cool. Just like, boom. Have you seen your current input display? I have not seen your current one. I remember Cobra a long time ago, he had an input display, or it was a controller switcher that he made in like a Tupperware box or a container. Go back to when that was a thing that was commonly used for Mario 64 runners, the controller switcher. AKA so that way you could switch to Hori for Bowser throws easier, and also without having to like touch your N64, oops, and potentially like crash your console from like cart tilting accidentally. Because cart tilting is no fun. I remember in like a ancient GDQ, like SGDQ, like 2013 or 14, something like that. It was a Siglemic 120 run, and I remember he was saving the entire run, and he actually did get a cart tilt during it. So I guess it was good on him that he was saving throughout it. My throat is being weird today. Damn, looking kind of nice. Is it still just like sitting on your desk like this, or did you ever put it like in a cool looking box or something? You know, that's like for some reason, back in like high school, when we would meet up at this one person's house, for some reason, one of my friends, when he would bring his like computer over, instead of just bringing the computer tower, he would take it apart and just have like all the computer parts like sprawled out on the carpet. Like it'd be like, okay, here's like the motherboard, and then yep, everything's just plugged into it sitting on the floor. I'm like, why are you taking it up? Why don't you just bring the tower with you? Wouldn't that be less work? I don't know. Like he was like pretty computer savvy. So I guess like taking it apart and like bringing it over was like no big deal for him. But still, like there's no way that was like the best solution, right? Surely it wasn't. That guy did build my old PC for me, so that was kind of clutch that I bought the parts and he came over and did it, and I just sat there and watched while he did it all for me. So I was like, I don't know how to do this. Maybe you could get an old Tupperware container for your input display controller switcher. Potentially, maybe you could get something at a thrift store. Ooh, that's an idea. That's a potential idea. I feel like I've spent so long. I've spent 13 minutes on the sky alone. But skies are pretty cool. Skies are pretty nice. Oh, also, weird thing with this painting. Like, if you look at the actual episode for this painting on YouTube, there is like another like inch at the top and bottom of the painting, but for some reason, like the final like screenshot that they give you, where like at the end of every episode, they'll just like point the camera like nice and like head on the painting, so you just get a good look at it, which is where I get the screenshots from for these. For some reason, like it was like giga cropped in that like final shot for whatever reason, but it's kind of cropped to be Mario Paint ratios, low-key. Will I follow that fully? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. You do a Dremel? Ooh. just have to find a good vessel for it, and then we're in there. Okay, we're gonna do this with the dark gray. Yeah. The mountain should be like about halfway down-ish, give or take. Wait, Max is the person doing PC recomp? Question mark? It's kind of cool, actually. Fawful with cack let his soul be like. Wait, did I say something? I don't remember. I was tabbed out. You said something like we have to find a good vessel for it. I did say that, actually. This is very true. Okay, from watching, because I know we all were watching our resident Monado play some Superstar Saga today. I forgot how good of a feeling it is in that game when you like level up and you like select which stat you want to give a bonus point to, and you get anything other than a 1, it's like top 10 best feelings in the world. It feels so good getting not a 1 on that. Like you get like a 3, oh my god. It's too good. That's what I remember from playing that game. I was like, oh, it's so good. I think you can get like a 5, maybe? Like that's like the maximum, like, highest bonus you can get, maybe? Which, speaking of Mario and Luigi, I don't know if you heard JCog, but I have been mentioning that I want to someday play through Partners in Time again on stream. Well, play through Partners in Time for the first time on stream, but not my first ever playthrough, but ideally beat the game legitimately for the first time, because the final bosses were, it's absurdly difficult for a child to do, in my opinion. AKA, I used an action replay to beat Elder Princess Shrew because I was like, this is too difficult. I can't do this. I like never beat her legitimately. Just too difficult. Maybe now I could. Maybe. We'll have to see. But after Sly, I have to do Hollow Knight finally. Hollow Knight will happen eventually. But I maybe, or maybe will not, do some glitchless, potentially. We'll have to see if I feel like it or not. Or slash, like, I'm vibing with it. But I like, thought about it. I'm like, I kind of want to do glitchless again. Glitchless is a good run. And I haven't done any in a minute. It's been a long time. You actually got good at copy flowers as a kid. Not like speedrunner good, but good enough. Like, I wonder how feasible it is to really beat Elder Princess Shrew without copy flowers, because copy flowers do be kind of broken. But also, I think it's kind of funny that in my casual, like, childhood playthrough file of Paper Mario that I still have, I never got Super Jump Charge. I guess I just never like looked around in the area before Huff and Puff. So it's just kind of there. Just chilling in the clouds still. Man, the insane thing with Cackleta's Soul is that you like, you know, you do phase 1 and then you have to dodge attacks because Mario and Luigi are both at like 1 HP and you have to dodge attacks for like 40 seconds straight or something without taking a single hit. And I mean, I guess you could take a hit, but it's like super bad if you take a hit. It's like, damn, like if they both weren't at 1 HP, this would be like far less problematic. And then like casually, you know, if you're playing it on a GBA, if you die, you have to do phase 1 again. Which, I remember when I was playing that game on stream, I was doing it legit for a bit, but then at some point I just made a save state after phase 1 because I was like, there's no variance between like there's no point of going back and doing phase 1 over and over other than just like to spend more time on it if I wanted to, question mark. But I'm like, okay, I played your game enough, Nintendo, Alpha Dream, I'm gonna use the save state now. Cause yeah, that was like legit pretty difficult. Like there's no way to like really cheese it or anything. And I'm trying to remember, cause like obviously you can like revive like the other bro if they are dead, but like I don't think there's like an auto revive, is there? Like the 1-ups, like there's no like Pape life shroom where you just like auto come back if you die. Just the 1-ups. Which like, if there was like an auto revive item, it would be less bad. But also, I do appreciate when there is difficulty like that in a game, but it's crazy because like nothing else in Superstar Saga is like that difficult to that extent. Everything else is like relatively tame. Like I didn't find personally, I didn't think Superstar Saga was that difficult overall, but yeah, Cackleta was like far more difficult than anything else that game had. It was still fun. It was a good game. I like the parts where Kendall was like, "Butter, you missed a bean," and was yelling at me. I like those parts of the game. She'd be in my chat, "Bean! Bean!" I'd be like, "Oh god, where did I miss the bean?" Water is so good. You beat Queen Bean by hammering for 1 damage over and over because I didn't know you could attack her arms. This is a visual. Which one's that? Oh. Honestly, that's dedication. That's crazy that like you actually did that. I thought you had to. I feel like at some point, like, surely there was a thought of like, okay, I must be doing something wrong. At least that's probably what I would have the thought of. Like, okay, I must be doing something incorrect here, surely. But also, definitely a moment of like, yeah, I don't know what else to do. Shouts to that being a thing in games. Like, I remember vividly this one Scooby-Doo game I had on Super Nintendo that I just like didn't know what to do. Like, I don't think I ever got anywhere in that game because I just didn't know what to do. And now I don't have that game anymore, so I don't know what happened to that. I don't know like what we did with that game, but rip. Oh my god, Prak. Good morning. Are you nice and hungover from no reset? Yes. Oh my god. Yes. That's a definite love that for you. Oh my fucking god, Adge. Yeah. That's crazy that an ad immediately ran when Prak got in chat, actually. I hope he has a good ad break. I love ads? Question mark? Anybody love ads? That happens every time someone raids me. Twitch knows. They have a guy watching, I swear. Wow. Thank you, Prak, for the prime. Congratulations on skipping the ad. You have been spared of having to watch Yeah, I've been a Mazda person for 15 years. Oh, okay, bye. Enjoy work, Prak. Have fun twerking. Or something. Twerking, definitely, yeah. There's nothing else Prak will be doing there other than twerking. Nothing else. I forget if I was saying this to you or not, Jcog, but I just like think about how I had this like era where I was like watching through one of Trev Person's Undermiser playthroughs, and I just like vividly remember how there's a section where he's in Stone Tower and you raid him, and I remember like I vividly remember watching that part live. I was saying that to somebody recently, but I was like, for some reason that is just like a rent-free memory for me. But that Undermiser playthrough is so crazy. It is such a insane plando. Like I think it's like insane. Like he actually like stuck with it and completed it. Like I would be far too weak and would not be knowledgeable enough to know the weird things about that game. Undermiser playthrough, dude, it is fucked up. It is absurd. I know Jess has a channel point reward for like 2 million or something to play Undermiser, so maybe if he streams more than once a year, maybe we could get that going. But like, I remember one of the things of Undermiser, I think it was Undermiser 2 he was playing through, and in that specific version of Undermiser, or of that version of the randomizer that Undermiser was built on, there was like a glitch where if you got a check that gave you like just like a bomb pickup, like, oh, you got 5 bombs, yippee, it would give you like a single usable bomb even without a bomb bag. And like that was like part of the puzzle. It was like something like, I think you got it from beating Adawa. You got like a singular bomb you could use, and if you wanted another bomb, you had to like beat Adawa again. I think you had to like, you would have had to like save like Song of Time every time, I think, maybe. Undermiser is a really fucked up plando for Majora's Mask. which a plando just being a rando, but the person like picks where every item is at. It was made by a person, probably Butter. I'm pretty sure is the guy who made that. I think he made, there's at least two. There's maybe a third one. And yeah, I know Trev person. He has like a VOD from a long time ago, from like 3 or 4 years ago, where he was playing through it. It's a really cool watch. Actually, I hope he either backed it up or it didn't get fucked by the Twitch VOD apocalypse. Cause I think it's a really cool watch. Maybe I should do a modern watch of that, because yeah, pretty cool. Like it has like just some crazy niche glitches that you would never see in a regular speedrun of MM. My yo Cooj Gaming, how are you? How's it going? A Plando so infamous it has a name. That's funny. Oh damn, it has its own website. That's a shoutouts. Yo, Ebo. What game? Majora's Mask. Rando or a Plando. Doing alright? How about you? I'm doing good. I exercised on the indoor bike we have for 40 minutes today. And then I did a few other things afterwards. And now I'm here. Anybody else exercise today? I'm pretty happy I've been like a bit more consistent with using the bike, because I feel like for like 3 or 4 months I would only use it like once like every few weeks maybe, but I've been using it multiple times a week for the past like 2 weeks or so. And now that winter is finally going away, I can be more inclined to go for walks soon, which is nice. We do enjoy going for walks, but what I don't enjoy is walking or going outside in the winter, because I hate being cold. I hate being freezing cold like that. Today is a go home and lay in bed on Steam Deck day. Valid? Question mark. What are you gonna play on your Steam Deck, Ebo? Are you gonna play Peak with me later? I haven't played Peak in a while. Alright, who's getting back on the Lethal Company train when V80 comes out, allegedly sometime this month or in April? Who's trying to bring it back? I remember when JCog played with us in like 2 years ago. Huge shouts to you streaming Lethal, JCog, and I remember everyone was dead and you were like staring at a coil head and you were like, I'm just gonna wait here because surely someone's alive, and then like 2 seconds later, like the vote to like leave pulls up and you're like, oh. I'm the only one alive. Death Stranding is kind of like Peak. It has rope. Ooh, that's pretty similar actually. You know, that's a good point you raise. Yeah, I know like people have been like people are down to play Lethal, but I think we're kind of just waiting for this new update to come out because this new update is supposed to have like a bunch of new content in it. Because like the last like, I swear to God, like year and a half plus of Lethal, like he hasn't released any like relevant content update in so long. But this next one's like supposed to add like apparently a bunch of new creatures and other things and some quality of life and optimization. I'm like, okay, we're actually doing things. Let's go, Zeekers. Yes. You love to see it when the game gets better. Ideally better. You don't know what to eat though? If it helps, Ebo, we're having leftover Osmos for dinner tonight. AKA we got Osmos last night and then the leftovers will be had today. And I'm gonna cook more rice and maybe some extra vegetables to pad it out more because I like doing that with leftovers. Because probably what I have is not enough for a full dinner later, unfortunately. What did you get from Osmos? Chicken on the rocks with the light in vegan garlic sauce with tahini with onions, hot pepper, turnip, tomato, and extra hot sauce on the side. Because you can just get the extra hot sauce for free on the side, so it's kind of like, okay, I might as well just get this to just get free extra hot sauce. Anybody else do that sort of thing? Like, even if you're not going to use it with that, like, meal specifically, like, you just get it because you can get it for free. Because everything else, like, if you want, like, a side of, like, their garlic sauce, like, you have to pay for that. If you want, like, a side of X other thing, you have to pay for it. But the garlic sauce, they give it to you for free. Or the hot sauce on the side, you can get it for free. So it's like every time I get Osmos, I just like order an extra side of the hot sauce because it's like, well, why not? And their hot sauce is crazy. It is so spicy. You were thinking of getting a juicy, thick torta and fries. Ooh. That sounds good. We do love food that's juicy and thick. Also, we did find out that like one time when we ordered when we got Osmos, I got like their hummus on mine, and my homemade hummus gaps Osmos hummus like massively. Maybe we just got a bad bunch though. I don't know. But when we ordered it like a month or two ago, like it was not very good hummus. It was like super like runny and like didn't taste amazing. Which is weird because like the last time I had Osmos' hummus, it was pretty damn good. But my hummus at home kind of slaps. Not gonna lie. This is the part of the stream where I recommend y'all making your own homemade hummus because homemade hummus is really good and very inexpensive. Ever since I got on the train of making my own hummus, I will never buy store-bought hummus again. Because I was tired of being disappointed with these store-bought hummuses being so just meh. It all started with day 0 of Oklahoma last year, where we went to, what the fuck was that place called? It was some kind of like, I don't remember what it was called. Justin, what was that place called we went to? It was like some Jason's Deli. That's what it's called. It was Jason's Deli, and their hummus was super good. My eyes were opened to good hummus at that deli. Normally I get horchata with my torta, but the horchata at this place has been watered down recently, but you need to sue them, I think, immediately. That's the only course of action that's reasonable in this scenario, I think. In my opinion. I don't know what else you could do. I need to try good hummus. I'm not a fan of the store-bought stuff. Yeah, I feel like getting it from the grocery store a lot of the time is the hummus will be like very like liquidy and or have like a weird kind of like almost jello-esque texture. Like not fully jello, of course. That'd be crazy weird. But it's like the needle's like closer to jello than it should ever be for hummus. Like it's just weird. And like I remember like the last store-bought hummus we got was this mango sriracha hummus. I was like, ooh, that sounds pretty good. And like the flavor itself was fine, but the texture was just so off. Like it was not correct at all. And I think that's what was like, okay, that's it. I'm making my own hummus next time. And honestly, making your own hummus is pretty easy. It's not too bad. I've never tried using canned chickpeas because like the recipes, like everything I've watched, they're like, you can use canned chickpeas, but you might as well, like if you're going through all the effort to make hummus, you might as well use like dry chickpeas. Which like I agree, because it's like not that much more effort. It's basically just soak the chickpeas overnight and then like boil them on the stove for like an hour, hour and a half is what I usually do, I think. And like, I don't know how much like the flavor really gets affected by it, but I think canned chickpeas can have that kind of like weird something to it. Also, let's go Max if you have the audio on. I'm glad your cat is invigorated by Mario Paint. Huge shoutouts to Cat Hillman. Need that thick, creamy hummus. I mean, hummus. Honestly, you do. You really do, Ebo. Just unfortunate because you love chickpeas. Yeah, chickpeas are so good. Actually, it's kind of unfair how good they are. Love me some chickpeas too. Would you put gochujang in your hummus? I am not even kidding you, Evo. When we were getting store-bought hummus, we would put gochujang in the hummus because it would just like not be very good. Like Skittle would be like, let's just put gochujang in it, and it's like, okay, let's try it. And it's like, oh, okay, this makes it a bit better. But it's like, I shouldn't have to put gochujang in it for it to be good. It should just be good on its own, you know? So we were doing that on like the tail end of getting store-bought hummus. But never again. And like, I'm sure there's some store-bought hummus which is good, I'm sure. But at least like from like the 3 or 4 different kinds we tried around here, none of them like were impressive at all. Especially because like a little tub, like a tub that's like this big and like maybe that wide, like not much bigger than like my hand maybe, like that tall. Like it would be like $6 or something. Sometimes like it'd be like 8 or 9, I think. And it's like when I make hummus at home, it makes like the container we use is like this big and like this wide, like round. And it probably costs like effectively from the ingredients I'm using, it's probably like $2 to $3 overall to like make it at home. So it's like, it's better, it's cheaper, It lasts longer. Like, everything about it is just better. And when you make it yourself, you can flavor it however you want. So it's like, that's a plus too. So it's just like dub after dub after dub of making it at home. And I don't know about any of y'all, but I don't know, it's like really satisfying cooking and like actually making something that you genuinely really like. I definitely like became, I guess, more varied with things I'll make. Even though I do make just a lot of like Korean recipes these days. But they're very good. Actually, I watched a video earlier before stream of like this other Korean recipe that we've never tried, but I was like, ooh, that looks pretty good and not that difficult to make. I'm like, we should try it, Skittle. And I don't know if Skittle watched the video or not, but I want to try it someday. Sometime soon, maybe. We can make it. It was called, for anybody curious, I definitely will not be able to pronounce it fully. It was two versions of like basically the same dish. It was called Jimdak, or the other version was Dak Boku Tang, something like that. And I know you'll be able to type out exactly what I just said. Like, you'll be able to translate that, no problem. Oh man, do you guys want to hear a negative aura farming moment from last night? So I know you do, because I know you're all screaming in your seats. Yes, tell us the negative aura farming moment. Please tell us about this moment. Okay, if you want to hear it that badly, I'll tell you. So we're watching MasterChef, right? And you know, MasterChef, it's like cooking competition, and it's like, you know, classic, like, oops, at the end of every episode, like, somebody goes home. And in this episode, it was a team challenge, so it was like, oops, like, you know, one team wins and one team loses, and then the losing team has to do a pressure test, as they call it, where it's kind of like a, basically like a, you know, a way to save yourself, because it's like, you know, if you do good, then you'll be safe, but if you're like the worst performing person, then you'll be sent home. And the losing team, they gave the team captain an option. They were like, you can save yourself and head up to the balcony and be safe, and make your 4 other teammates who were on your team, make them battle it out to see who gets saved, or you can save 3 of your teammates and you have to cook, but you can do a 1v1 against someone. And I don't know if this was like pre-planned, but it was like too convenient, because this team captain, she was like beefing with someone on her team like the whole episode. So she picked to do the 1v1 against the person she was beefing with, and then she lost and she got sent home. I was like, damn, like, I was like, why would you not pick to just save yourself? Because we're like over halfway through the season at this point, and I'm like, that's like, I think, a huge L. Not just saving yourself. Like, I kind of get it. If you're like early on, it's like, oh, you know, I want to save the people who did good, but it's like, damn, like you're so deep into the competition at this point. Like, I feel like that was a huge like negative brain power play right there. And it's like, if she won, it would have been aura, but she lost. So it was like negative aura farming right there. So I thought that was crazy. But it was like a little too convenient that she was beefing with this other girl like the whole episode, and then they were like, oh, you can 1v1 with someone, or you can save yourself and have everyone else do it. And it's like, like before it, were they gonna be like, were they trying to like make her like do it or something? Like, I wonder, like, is there like production things going on off camera that are like, oh, hey, okay, make them do this, by the way. I don't know. Always curious if there's like any like producer like impact on shows like that, or if it was actually just like all for real. But when she was like, I want to 1v1 someone, it was like, oh gee, I wonder who she's gonna pick. And that's like one thing about watching MasterChef. I like MasterChef and all, but like from Skittle and I watching a decent amount of Great British Bake Off, which is like a similar idea, but it's just baking, and it's a lot more down to earth and more chill. Like, there's basically no drama at all in it. Like, it's just a lot more down to earth and less like reality TV-ized, I guess, if you may. It just feels more like, yep, we're just here to bake, and here's how it goes. Like, the only instance of any kind of drama that I know of in Bake Off was, there was like an episode where they were doing like an ice cream thing, and it was super hot in the place they were doing the challenge at. Like they always bake in like this tent, and it was super hot that day, and this guy's like ice cream thing like just didn't set. Like, the ice cream was like super runny still. So he literally like took his whole thing and just threw it in the garbage, and then like left. Like, he just like walked out of the tent that they did it in. And then like at the end of the episode, he like walked back and was like, yep, I have nothing to present, and then they sent him home. Crazy. But that's like the only like drama thing I've experienced from us watching Bake Off so far. Which I wouldn't even like count that as the same way, because I feel like in MasterChef, it's like half the time, like, there's usually some people who it's like, oh, these people are beefing. There's usually something going on, and it's like not as intense as like Hell's Kitchen is. If anybody has watched Hell's Kitchen here, like, Hell's Kitchen is definitely pretty, you know, drama filled. So it's still less than that, but like, definitely in MasterChef, they'll still play up moments where it's like, oops, like, there's something going on, like, let's draw attention to it. Like, it's crazy. Like, I kind of hate it how frequently, because on MasterChef, you know, there's 3 judges. There's the 3 judges, you know, and then it's like, oh, like, if they're like trying someone's food, and it's just like, oh, like, why would you do that? Like, why did you put this with this? Like, 90% of the time, it'll like cut to like the 2 other judges who are like in the back, because usually it'll be like the 3 judges are standing there, and then like one judge will come up, try it, comment on it, and then walk back, and then some other judge will walk up and do the same thing. And 90% of the time, if they're like, oh, why did you do XYZ thing on this is so bad, like, it'll cut to the 2 judges in the back, and they'll be like, oh, like, rubbing their eyes, like, like face palming almost, and it's like, why do they do that every fucking time? Like, God. Like, there's no way that's your natural reaction every single time. There's no way. Like, there's no way producers aren't like, oh, like, play it up for the cameraman. God. Like, shit like that bothers me. It's like, there's no way. I think the producers definitely try to point their contestants to doing certain things and instigate the drama. Yeah, like I'm sure that's like a thing that they probably attempt to do. But it's just like, goddamn, like the editing also plays it up. For sure. Like, I remember there was like one time where like, I think it was like somebody like bumped into somebody or something. And then they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then it like cuts like commercial break immediately. Cause like half the time like something's about to happen to like cut to commercial break. And then it cut back and like nothing happened. Like they just like a little like bump and like nothing happened at all from it. It's like, okay, I'm glad we're playing this up just for it's like it be nothing. Like, okay. Eventually Joe walks up and is a bitch. Coincidentally, we're watching season 9 right now. Also, yo, Owl. I'm talking about MasterChef right now and how they play up the drama in that show. Currently in season 9, he's actually been a lot better than like what I've seen of him in other seasons. I was kind of surprised. Like he's overall actually been like pretty chill, relatively speaking. Because the current gimmick of like the season we're watching, it's like we actually skipped the audition round in season 9. Usually we watch the auditions, but Skittle's like, let's just skip the auditions this time. It's like, okay. And I guess like the gimmick for this season was like each judge has like 8 aprons or something to give out. So it's like, oh, like I'm gonna give this person an apron specifically. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, so throughout the season, like everyone has like a pin on that's like, oh, Joe like was the guy who picked me, he's my mentor. Gordon picked me, blah 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 blah. And it's like, is this gonna matter like at all, or is it just for like the maybe for like the hype to be like, oh man, this person only has 3 aprons left, oh my god. But there was like 2 times where like one of Joe's people like got eliminated and he was like, yo, come up here, give me a hug, man. I'm like, damn, okay. I'm kind of surprised you're instigating it. You're initiating the hug. G. Thank you on the 50 stream streak. Oh my god. How are you today? So surprisingly, Joe's actually been pretty chill for the most part this season, despite what people say about him. So I'll give him credit for that. Which also, holy shit, in the last episode we watched, Ebo, last night, they were serving the Air Force. And we saw you in the crowd. Like, you were standing there. I was like, holy shit, that's Ebo right there. You didn't tell us you're on TV. That you're on TV in like 2016. Kind of famous. It's like your taste of being a Twitch partner, kind of similar, honestly. Damn, I am giga. Unless I can finish this in 1 minute, I am not cutting the 1 this episode. I was talking too much. Was it too much talking? I don't know. Nah, it was a good amount of talking. I just spent so long on the sky and the mountain. Like, I spent like half my time so far, over half my time, just on those 2 things alone. Are we all excited to see the potential finale of Sly 3 in like 30 minutes or something? Or so? Something like that? I'm wearing the Sly shirt today. I don't think I've worn the Sly shirt a single time during my Sly playthrough. I thought about that today and I was like, I need to wear it today. Because I don't think I've worn it a single time during my playthrough. As much as I hated Joe in that show, it's always funny seeing him snap for the stupidest shit. It's kind of crazy to me in MasterChef how frequently Gordon like will break a plate during team challenges. Like he'll be like, "Oh, come on guys, you can't be serving raw pork chops," and he'll like throw the plate. Which they 1000% last night in the team challenge we watched. Yeah, they were like doing, one team did pork chops and they were like raw. Like they were burnt and raw at the same time. And he was just like disappointed, and then he like threw the plate in the garbage, and they 100% edited in like a glass shattering sound effect, because I was like, there's no way it would make such a clean like glass breaking noise like it did. Like that was 1,000,000% edited in post. Because it was such like a delicate and light like glass break. Like it was like so obvious. Like maybe it just like didn't like pick up on the mic when he did it, or they like were like, "Yo, yeah, let's hype it up, man. Yeah, get that shit bumped up, dude." You're doing okay today? I don't know if you heard, G, but I was on the bike today for like 43 minutes earlier today. Pretty good stuff right there, I might say. How many star rotations was that? Oh man, it's gotta be at least 7, I would say. Maybe more. We'll have to see. It was also crazy though in MasterChef last night in the elimination challenge, like because the challenge was to recreate a Black Forest cake, and then like one of the girls, she was like, "Yeah, I'm actually allergic to chocolate, so I can't really taste any of this." And it's like, whoops, that's kind of crazy. Also super unlucky being allergic to chocolate. Did you do any exercise today, G, or none today, potentially? Maybe it's a chill day. I didn't do like any exercise on the weekend. On Friday, I like exercised and then I did a plank afterwards, and I had like this like pain, like this soreness, like when I would like eat, like in like my throat / like chest, and I was like, Monka, but I was like, I maybe when I like did like a 3 minute 40 second plank, maybe like I just like, I don't know, I just like got some like soreness maybe. It just sucks like when you get like a muscle, like any kind of soreness in your chest area, because it always feels like extra like sketchy, you know? At least for me, I'm always like, Monka, but then it's usually fine. But thankfully, like I feel fine today. Like it doesn't hurt at all anymore. A little spooky. Getting a soreness there. But I was like also pretty sure it was from the plank, because I must have just like gone like a little too ham, maybe. Or just like happened to like, I don't know, maybe I just planked really hard and got a good workout. Having your core sore for the first time and you legitimately thought you ate something weird. Yeah, also I could see being a little sketchy there. A sore core though feels really good. Like it's such that like that's a good soreness right there. I think just feeling sore from exercising in general is such like a weirdly satisfying sensation. I guess because like it's like a reminder, like, oh yeah, I did good work here with my exercising. It just like it feels so nice. It's so strange. But I think especially yeah, soreness from your core from a workout, like that hits different for some reason. Maybe because also like having your core be sore from exercising isn't as like detrimental to like if your arms are like giga sore from exercising, because you know it's like, oh, my arms are like super sore from like working out. It's like, oh, like drawing would be like probably a little bit more difficult because my arm might be all like wobbly that day or for like a few days maybe, depending how crazy I went. I don't usually go too crazy with arm workouts though. None today, just been super busy. But I know you've been generally, G, been going pretty hard on the exercising, like at least for a while there. I feel like you were, so I guess like being chill on it is definitely not a bad thing for a bit. I mean, it's just like before the Cell games, right? Goku was like, nah, we don't need to go back in there for another year. We'll just stay out here and rest for 9 days. I'm cautious about starting exercise again while working full time. Don't want wobbly arms or legs to make you drop something. That's valid. That's totally valid. Understandable even at the same time. Yeah, especially if you like are already like moving around a bunch and lifting things, like for having like an active job already, and just, you know, if you're already moving around a bunch, like I think like exercising a bunch isn't as important in my opinion. I mean, it's still good for sure, but it's like definitely, you know, I guess I wouldn't feel as pressured to be like, I need to exercise a bunch. Got back from the dentist, no issues. Yay. I need to schedule a dentist appointment at some point. Me for the last like year, basically. Like I've been putting that off for so long. I think because for some reason, like the dentist that I went to, the last time I went to the dentist, like they have a website and it's like, oh yeah, just book your appointment online. And I'm like, okay. And then last time I tried using their online booking thing, it just like didn't work. It just outright didn't work at all. And I just like never felt like calling them because I was like, ugh, I don't feel like calling them. And then I've just put it off for like a year. at this point. But I probably should do that. Maybe after this week I'll do it. 'Cause I think I've had the thought of like, oh, I should just go in there and do it sometime. But like, I mean, I don't think there should be anything wrong. Like, I think it would just be like a general like cleaning. I mean, it's like I definitely have like some plaque buildup from not having been to the dentist in a bit, which is, I'd say, pretty normal. But I'd say my teeth are pretty clean overall. Like, you know, I floss and brush twice a day at minimum. So I'm doing pretty good in that department. I'm doing pretty good there, I would say. Is it free in Canada? It is not free if you are like above 18, I think it is. If you're between the age of like 18 and like 60 or something like that, it's not free. Because, you know, once you turn 18, you're loaded. You know how it is. Oh my god, Manad Dussy, thank you for the Superstar Saga raid. Congratulations on shitting all over Cacletta. I hope she's feeling like a total dummy right now for trying to stand up to a Twitch partner. So hello, Pokey Sprouts. How are you? Let's paint some Mario's Pog. Kid named Paint. That's what I'm saying. Anybody here named Paint? IRL. Curious. Minato did get owned by the final boss. I did see that, but then I saw him. Oh, do I need to fix this? Do I have to do something? Okay. Oh, people shitposting. AKA y'all probably doing dumb things in Justin's stream. I did see Justin die at least once on Cacletta, but I did see him win eventually. Hope you're good, Master Zelda. It was Ark trolling you? That's a classic. That's a classic Ark moment for sure. Ark do be doing a bit of trolling out here. Well, I hope everyone is good today from the Justin stream. We're just here doing Mario Paint Monday for sure. Anybody who doesn't know is recreating Bob Ross paintings in Mario Paint. And I am doing them in chronological order, and this is like my 100th and like 19th painting or something like that I've done. And then after that, we're finishing Sly Cooper 3. Well, potentially finishing it. I think I'm at the end of the game. Or on the final episode of Sly 3. Like, I honestly don't know for sure, but based on the name of it, I assume I'm close to the end. So that's what we'll be doing after I'm done with this in a little bit here, which I'm pretty close to being done with this painting. Which, goddamn, if at least the first 3 Sly games aren't really good. They are so good. I haven't played Sly 4, but I've definitely heard mixed things online about Sly 4. I know one of my other friends, he was telling me the other night that he likes Sly 4 a bunch, despite what people may say about it. Sly 5 someday, maybe? Question mark. But I did learn that apparently Sly 4 is made by a different studio than the people who made the original 3, which is really weird. I wonder how that came to be. I'd say the only redeeming factor is some of the gameplay. I will say I don't like the art style of, like, I think it's the animated cutscenes in Sly 4, where like it looks more like an American Flash cartoon or something like that. Like it doesn't have the same unique style that the original 3 have for the animated cutscenes. Also, shoutouts to the I don't know if Sly 2 and 3 are like this, but at least the Japanese Sly 1, the intro animated cutscene and the credits have a different animation in Japanese. Like it looks so much more like anime in the Japanese version of Sly 1, and I have no idea if 2 and 3 are similar. But it's so weird, like seeing it be like in a different art style. Like it still clearly looks like all of the characters, definitely, but it's just so crazy because I'm like, yeah, Sly exists in this like comic-y, like American style, but then they made them all anime in the Japanese version, which is cool. I think that's pretty neat. But it's very different, very jarring. After being used to it being one way. Tennessee Kid Cooper, the heartthrob of Sly 4, question mark. I just wonder how crazy the ending is gonna be for 3, because I was watching the ending for 2 and 1 the other night, and I was like, damn, I forgot the ending. Well, I do remember the ending of 2 being kind of crazy, but I kind of forgot like how wild it really is. It's like, oh yeah, they're fucking doing shit, and ending of Sly 1 is also really good as well. Spoilers for Sly 2. I think it's fucked up that they made Sly 2 and they were like, we're gonna paralyze Bentley. Like, what the fuck, Sucker Punch? Like, why? What the fuck, guys? Like, was that planned, like, going into, like, oh, if we make a Sly 3, we should, like, do these things? Like, I wonder, was it all planned? Or did they just, like, have it be like that and be like, okay, what can we do for a 3rd game now? I wonder how the timeline went for them making it. I need to see like all the bosses in Sly 2 because I saw like a couple of them like from the credits and I was like, I don't remember this character at all, honestly. I did not remember some of the characters or some like the bosses in Sly 2. Yo, Perp. Perp with the Ditto icon. Pause champ. How are you today? Yeah, that's a spoilers. But yes, Bentley was not always in a wheelchair. Sucker Punch Studios apparently had it out for Bentley. Yeah, that was a Blubbers the last episode we played on Friday. It was, yeah, Friday, where he was like, I wish I could, you know, jump on things and was in this chair and could climb poles and rope and things, but I can't. I'm like, Bentley, don't do this to me. Also, I'll have you know, perp, I was moving around a bunch in Melee over the weekend. I did play with one of my friends on Saturday, I think it was. We played Melee. That game is fucking hard. My guy is out here, like, just... He can swap between so many characters. And I'm like, goddamn, I could not. I am not proficient with so much of the cast. I'm barely proficient with one character. That game is so hard. And Feely, how are you today? Good morning. It's usually the session like starts off with like he'll play Fox for a bit, then he'll switch to Falco, and then from there he's usually just kind of like rotating between like different characters. But he's definitely played like a lot more overall than I have. Okay, before I paint over this, I'm gonna do a bit of this. Cause yeah, I like barely have played Melee over the past like 8 years, basically. Like, barely touched that game. Like, the last like couple weeks have been like probably the most I've played Melee in years. And I've like haven't even like actually been playing against people hardly. I've mostly just been like moving around against like a CPU. Just trying to get movement down again. Because I feel like a total dumbass as Marth whenever I try and like wave dash down tilt and I just like full hop down air. I'm like, God, I feel like a total asshole whenever that happens. Doing pretty good. Let's go. Any club sandwiches out here today, Feely? But also on Sunday, after I was moving around in Melee, I moved around in Rivals 1 a bit. I'm like, God. Oh, frame drop. Oh. We're good, I think. Okay, that might have been the server. My OBS is red still. Okay, we're good. We're back. We're back. We're back. But yeah, after like moving around a bit in Melee yesterday, I loaded up Rivals 1, and I was like, God, this is the best plat fighter. Rivals 1 is my GOAT plat fighter, 100%. Kind of unfair that game didn't pop off more. That game is so good. It just feels too good. I don't know if you ever tried that game, Perp. If you ever played Rivals at all or not, or if you're just a Melee smasher. No club sandwich today. Why go on if no club sandwich? Honestly. That's what you should be doing, but then you become Garbo at Woodfall Tunnel Boss Key Skip again. I haven't done Woodfall Boss Key Skip in months. That Boss Key Skip is something to be very good to be practiced at, though, because I hate losing runs there. It feels so bad. Especially in the context of all masks, because I feel like in Woodfall, like that's like around the part I feel like when the run like starts to get going, and then it's like, oops, you fucked it up. Haven't tried Rivals at all. Heard nothing but good things, TBH. Yeah, Rivals 1. I love that game. Rivals 2 is getting a big update on April 7th. So I haven't played that game in a long time because I was disappointed about how certain things are in that game compared to the original. But it's been so long. Maybe in the new update I might try and get back into it because I've been wanting to get back into that game, but I don't know, nothing's really been like, yeah, this makes me want to play it again. I think it comes from a place of like loving the first game so much that it's like, damn, like there's just things with the sequel that do not live up as well, in my opinion. Shame having a multiverses like the beta a lot. I never played multiverses in the beta, but yeah, I've definitely heard a lot of things, like the classic thing where like the beta was like pretty well received and then it came back like a year later and they were like, oops, we made the game really floaty and slow for some reason. Whereas, on the contrary, one of my other GOAT games of all time, Speedrunners, it's basically a Mario Kart platformer, like 2D side-scroller platformer, but Mario Kart. Like, you're playing a 2D side-scroller platformer that's like, you're racing. It's kind of crazy. The original is such a good game, and they're making a sequel as well. I haven't, like, it's still like in beta/testing. But I saw they released like an update recently for the sequel where they were like, hey, we made it less floaty and faster based on feedback y'all gave us. And I'm like, damn, they're doing a reverse multiverses. They're making it faster instead of slower. Crazy. Speedrunners is so much fun. Dude, it is. I think it's fucked up that Speedrunners never popped off more. It's such a cool game. I love Speedrunners 1. It's so fun. Arma would kind of fuck us up in Speedrunners though, low-key. But it's still a fun game. I hope 2 kind of pops off because it deserves it. It's such a cool idea. I've never heard of like another game like it. I hope it pops off, like it should. Especially in the speedrunning community, like outside of my friend circle, like I never really heard of like speedrunners talking about the game Speedrunners, surprisingly, despite it being called Speedrunners. kind of a funny thing. Used to do baby mode Woodfall, boss key skip. I don't know if I want to change it. What counts as baby Woodfall, boss key skip? There's one I remember Fig teaching me when we like started doing randos where you like use Zora like jump slash clip, I think, into like this corner in the main room. It's this corner where you would clip out of bounds, I think in ADR to get Song of Time storage, but you like clip out there and you do like 20 chew hovers. I don't know if that's like what you're referring to. That's like the easy one that I know of for Woodfall boss key skip. But I guess like in a run, you would basically never have 20 chews normally. But for the sake of a rando, or if you have Blast Mask plus infinite Blast Mask, like no cooldown on Blast Mask, then you're chillin'. You're big chillin' in that regard. Mouse, work. Mouse. I think the thing is dusty. You can do it. You've been fine this whole painting. There you go. There you go. It'll never stop blowing my mind how I can step away from your stream for like half an hour and come back and there's a little mountain by a river. This one has turned out pretty nice overall. This one's been kind of slow. Like, I should be done by now, but it's okay. I don't like taking like too much longer than like an hour. I don't like taking too long with these, but you know, sometimes it's just part of the deal. Sometimes it's just how it goes. Oh, you had no idea 2 was a thing? Yeah, I guess like it was kind of like a low-key thing for me too. I forget how I like learned about it specifically. But yeah, I played they had a play test of it like a few months back, and it was pretty good from what I remember. Like all they need is like a bunch of like levels, which the original game had like workshop levels. So hopefully like community made content becomes a thing again into, or if they just keep like adding official levels. It kind of came out of nowhere though. Like, I was never expecting Speedrunners 2 to exist because I don't think they really did like a big update for the original game in like a long time. The mouse is failing me. But I am welcoming it. I am welcoming them making a new version to hopefully bring more people to it. I'll have to check out that video after this. Please hold. Please hold. We were talking a lot earlier, which is good. I mean, I don't know if I was being slowed down by that or not, though. Sometimes certain paintings just take longer to do for whatever XYZ reasoning it might be. Did you get up to do fun things, JCog? Question mark. Okay. Do I consider showers fun? Feeling clean is nice. Is it fun? Maybe. Maybe it's fun. I don't know, what do we think, y'all? Are showers fun? We'll have to think about this one for a bit. You know, that's a definite picture Arma sent me that they took on the weekend, I assume. And I was like, the water in that painting literally has a Bob Ross tear reflection in it. It was kind of crazy. But shouts to that. Shouts to life imitating Bob. Isn't that right? The ad hopefully being over. Okay, almost done here. Almost done. Just last finishing touch. And then maybe just a couple spots of brown. Is that it? We call that done. I think we do. Why is the audio at his thing? Turns out Justin raided. Yeah. He did raid me. Thanks, Justin. But speaking of Justin raiding me, yeah, we're gonna call this a finished painting. Woo! A little longer than usual, but I think it turned out pretty good, I would say. The sky's a little darker than I would have liked, but you know, we're just gonna have to accept it. And my mountain is a little wide people happy, now I'm looking at it actually. It's just a little wide, but not too crazy. But yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.